We are up. We are up. Ohayo gozaimasu. Minasan. No outside view today because we're upstairs sizing. I could do that, you know. We're close enough to the back window that I could put a camera out there to show blank rooftops. Maybe we'll catch somebody parkour or somebody running one day. So I'm talking to somebody here. We have a guest. You've been here before. Was it a year ago? Exactly a year ago? What should we do with this thing? I don't know. I'm going to be, obviously, I'm standing here working, but I have to keep coming over here to grab the sheet of paper. So if you're, well, obviously you're going to be part of the conversation, but just don't get in my way.
Fair point.
Who remembers? Should we do this? Who remembers you? This might,
sure.
Nobody might remember you. I don't know.
When you mentioned, when was it? So today is Saturday, so Thursday was when you said, I'm going to have a guest. And people went like, oh, it's John.
I didn't start that.
No, but it was like the disappointment now. Oh, it's this guy.
So it's disappointment all around you, man.
For them, yeah.
No, they've got, John's got it, of course. Here we are. Okay, you're the one, I don't know, you also, I know you're here, I'm doing, so type in, talk in, whatever.
Just answer if I see anything coming my way.
Okay, yes it is. It is indeed Straight Edge Dude, although that's not how you spell it. What's the deal with the name? Did I ask you before last year? I don't remember.
I think you did, but it's like many moons ago, as a teenager, like I don't drink, I don't smoke, and it just felt like
you did tell me. Yes. That's right. Well, no, straight is straight, but straight edge, just no deviation, straight and narrow. Are you a control freak type then?
It's just a tiny smudge.
Okay, there might be people here who don't know. A lot of you do know what's going on. I guess you're active in the Discord that's behind here, right?
No, not even. Stuart is.
Stuart is. Okay. Is it like you guys are working as a team, or just simply you're doing your job and he has come on to widen the scope of this and to make it more accessible?
He was already doing his thing. I think when I started uploading onto YouTube, it's just I widened his ability to track everything and be able to get all the transcripts.
So this is not a partnership putting all that stuff together. So I don't really know. I'm sorry.
It's not so much like a real partnership. Not so much in the sense like what I do just benefits what he does. And just
it's material to practice and work out those things. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, conversation is a bit mixed here. Straight Edge Dude. Well, it's already happened. People are putting links in. He's got his own YouTube channel, and I don't remember how it started. I didn't ask anybody to archive these Twitch streams. It sort of wasn't my idea. I'm no problem with it now, but I guess you started this? I don't know. Was it?
Man, I got a notification from YouTube 3 years ago. I started uploading your videos onto YouTube. And it was just because one day you said, oh, Twitch is cutting off like the VOD amount and whatnot. I'm like, you know what? Alkalites hasn't been doing stuff for a while. I don't want this information to get lost. I didn't ask for permission. I just started doing it like pirate style. And
I started getting emails that, Dave, somebody is, ripping off your channel. It was understandable. People who were concerned about what I'm doing.
Of course,
for somebody who doesn't know, it looked like you were ripping stuff off. You're not running ads on that.
No.
Nothing at all. No. Hey, long story short, Straight Edge Dude, Manuel, it's okay. Sure, from Europe, is putting bit by bit. We're not all there yet, I guess, is it? But hundreds by hundreds of videos.
Everything that the Acolytes didn't cover, it's on there, except for a few videos within the Acolytes period. That's what I'm getting from you now, I'll upload those as well. And there's a complete record of everything you've done.
So all these Twitch streams are being archived. And I think at some point, maybe last year, whatever, I said something about this that you or Stuart or whatever maybe misinterpreted. I said, geez, is this a good idea? Because like everything I say is being preserved and whatever. And I don't, whatever, it is what it is. If I said something I shouldn't say, then I shouldn't say it. Once it's out there, we can't help it. So my life is one hot mic now, thanks to you guys, So I think our streams here, they're light enough. We don't do politics anyway. We avoid anything that's sort of, it's just light chat related to our work.
Ome stream, there's maybe 3 Ome streams I didn't put up.
I know, and I had asked you, I think, at the time not to do that.
Yes.
The Ome thing. Well, let me get started. We can sort of talk about this as we get working. I better get working. So, I've mixed feelings about the Ome thing because I'm still struggling with what to do about it. And part of the Ome thing is going to be determined by what I do with my business here, because this business is coming to this next few months. Our business here is coming to an extreme. One of those points where you have to make some decisions and take this course or take that course. Our business has rolled along very, very well. and nothing to do with Manuel here, but there's a real challenges for our business next few months. And how I handle that is going to determine how I handle my personal life and what I end up doing in Ome. Anyway, that's not a topic for today. Let me get started on the work. Before I start, we have a package to open. It's a surihon, a package of 204 prints. We used to get these packages from Kubota-san. That's not happening anymore. I don't have any update on this. We're still in a pending situation on Mr. Kubota. That's all I can say. I'm sorry. That's all I know. This is from Chiharu-san, who studied with Kubota-san many, many years ago. Not many, many years ago. She'll be upset if I emphasize the many, many. And she is now handling the bulk of our subscription work. She does 200 copies of each of the prints. Then the blocks come to me and Ishikawa-san and Aimi-san do the rest. So what we're seeing here, this is the public unveiling of the Dreams of Future Past print number. I've lost track of the numbers because they don't match the months anymore. This is the one that originally should have been sent in September. It's number 9. Here is the public unveiling of Dreams of Future Past number 9, and it's called Neo Matsushima. If those of you who know anything about famous places in Japan and the place that everybody has to visit, you know about the Matsushima Islands up near Sendai. And this is Atelier Sento's take on this, whether the islands themselves have floated into the sky or it's no idea. There's no more back information. Look at this. Look at this. I'm showing you this in admiration of Chiharu-san's work, and my guts have just sunk to the floor because I have to also now do 100 copies of this one starting next month. And I don't know, this is a tough one. This is really, really, really tough. Some part of it are straightforward. The red thing and the background colors on the stone, they're straightforward. The killer on this, the absolute killer, is the sky. There's 2 gradations in the sky. The gradation from the top down, where am I? Top down gradation. Now normally when we do a gradation, it's sort of during the course of the gradation we go from dark to light, and during the width of the brush, whatever it is, if this were my brush, it would go dark to light. What's really, really difficult to do is no gradation, no gradation, no, suddenly a gradation at the end. So your brush has to swirl around to get the smooth part smooth, but it can't swirl around to do the gradation. So you've got to keep in your brush solid, 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 weaker, 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 nothing. And that's insanely difficult. And for this one, you've got to do it twice. Once top down, get them all right, and then again bottom up and do it all right. And it gets worse because the sky block has a hole cut in it. Now, no big deal. We put the pigment at the bottom here, do the side by side, the pigment flows up bit by bit. But because these lines are cut at an angle, as your brush runs across the block over that hole, the hairs get pushed at an angle by the cut, and the pigment goes up, 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 up. And it's next to impossible to keep a smooth pigment around the edge of an angled thing on a gradation. She's done it. The top one looks nice. Well, of course, she's a pro. There's going to be 200 copies. And I am absolutely dreading my turn with this. I'm an experienced printer, but I'm dreading this. Dreading it, dreading it, dreading it.
So you're saying you do those on stream?
I think I'm just going to find a cave somewhere, hide in a cave that has no Wi-Fi, no internet access. I got to try and I don't know, or cut the cable over in Ome and go and do these in Ome or something. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not exaggerating. I'm dreading this. Absolutely dreading it. I used to be interested in my work. I used to take it as a challenge, and it was good fun. And I would have eaten this up 20 years ago. Bring it on! And now I'm terrified of it. Whatever, I shouldn't say this. Whatever, I shouldn't say this. But it's true. Maybe she has a trick. Actually, I've already chatted with her about this. And there are quote-unquote tricks to it. And she did share a couple of ideas. So yeah, maybe, well, you will be seeing it on a stream soon. So yeah, we'll talk about that when we get there. I'm already late. Look at that, 8:10. We haven't even started yet. It's okay. It doesn't matter. She needs to train printers. The lady lives in the countryside in Nagano with her parents, I believe, might be just her mother, with her parents and her young school-age son. She has a quiet, peaceful life at home, no disruptions, you know, countryside life. There's no way she's going to start up a school, and there's no way she wants anybody over there bothering her, and there's no way she's going to commute down to Tokyo to train people. So it's not a question, is she willing to do that? It's just not a part of her life. I haven't asked her to do such a thing. If I were...
Hold on.
That's your wish. Just don't drop them, please. Don't drop them.
This is too much respect for you.
He doesn't want the responsibility. We have, there's an episode, this is years ago, before Mokuhankan, I lived by myself. I was making the poets' prints. I made 100 each month. And I had different ladies working for me as packing. And one lady, she was a mother of one of the kids in one of my kids' classes. So she lived nearby. She came over to my place, took each month 100 poets' prints, and in one of my rooms, she packed them, trimmed them, got them all wrapped up, blah, blah, blah. At the point when my then wife left to go to Canada, this lady quit the job. Her husband made her quit. David is living alone. He doesn't want his wife in my house while I'm alone. So she had to quit. Bang. So we hired another one, and this was a woman who lived 2 doors down in the same apartment building for me. She was okay. She was competent. I can't give her a name, whatever. But the point of the story is one day, instead of working in my room, her husband has the same idea, you know, like whatever. Go next door, pick up the prints, bring them back home. And she worked in her own home, cutting, gluing, trimming, bang, bang, bang. You get the story here, we're talking about this. She dropped a batch. On the way back from her house, she had them all packed up. Maybe she was carrying 50 prints. She had them in her arm, came down from her door to the mansion, my door. Ping pong, I'm coming through, okay. But she didn't wait for me. She tried to open the door, tried to open it, and boom, down went 50 packed prints. Boom. The prints themselves survived, because by this time they were packed. But the backboards and the packaging hit the corner, tumbled, spilled, boom, out they went. She quit on the spot. I didn't get upset. I didn't rant and rage. I didn't do anything. I said, okay, oh my God, okay, we're going to be a little bit late. Let's get busy. Do I have to order more backboards and stuff? She went home sort of crying. She came back a half an hour later and resigned, quit the job, because she was so embarrassed about having screwed up so badly. And I'm like, no, I'm in extra trouble now. She says, it's not my problem, whatever. Yeah.
So John,
Dave shot her, whatever. Or I don't rant and rave, you know. I don't. I'll rant and rave at myself.
Oh wait, I'm esteemed private citizen. Esteemed private citizen. That's it.
Is this a nuance? It's in quotes though. So John likes to quote, I don't know, popular culture, like a movie from 30 years ago or something. And he really, really, really likes to quote things that other people maybe haven't noticed. You know, sometimes he and me know this thing that he's referencing because we're old enough, but whatever. So my guess is he might be referencing something here. I don't know. I don't know. Lots of the references he makes are over my head because I don't see movies and stuff.
KG's guest command.
Huh?
He's quoting the KG's guest command.
I see. Okay, is that it is?
Yeah.
KG. All right. So.
And for the poets, you did 100 copies of...
100 copies of each, yes, for the first round. So after it was finished, after 10 years, there were lots of orders, so I did 50 more of each one of them. Right. So all in all, 150 of each have been made. They haven't all gone out. There's still sets left, actually. We don't promote it or talk about it these days, but there are still sets left in my workshop. I'm not actually
leaving the old woodblock.
Pardon me?
In the old woodblock website, you still have them listed, I think.
Yeah, I think it's still there. So I'm not legally allowed to sell them anymore. It's tax laws, you know. Because I'm an employee of a woodblock company, because I'm a daihyo, an executive of a woodblock company, I'm not allowed to accept money outside for anything related to printmaking work. So for example, Patreon money's coming in. Personally, I can't touch it because I'm not legally allowed to have outside income from the company for which I'm an executive. And the tax laws are really, really strict on this. I've been warned. Dave, don't even think about fooling around with this. I can only take a salary. I can't take any other money. So the poets' prints, they can just sit there and sleep, whatever.
See, Vivid, and you're now on TV. You're welcome.
That's the Spoon Man. Okay, let's do this.
You should do a stream of trying to find the spoon.
That has been suggested, and it's actually a thing because there's a spoon and a knife that are missing. And the spoon can be what it was, but the knife, I really want that chisel. And it would take an hour and a half down there to clean up that desk and find it. So that is an idea. Moby, do you look like Moby? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not splitting too much here, so yeah. But I think, unlike Moby, this is a choice. I don't think Moby has a choice. So,
I recognize the name only. I wouldn't know what face to put with it. I'm sorry. Is that a rapper, is it? Or?
DJ?
DJ, okay.
But he would be from the early 2000s, I think. Been a while since I've heard about him.
Okay. I've been getting reports from the printers about the sizing. About how, any one batch of paper, some of the paper sheets are heavily sized and some are less heavily sized. And this has been going on for quite a while. And I've been really, really trying to figure it out. I'm experiencing the same thing. The batch of prints I'm making right now, there are 10 or 12 sheets that really have a weaker sizing than anything else. And we tried an experiment with the last batch of paper that I did. I'm sizing them now. They're going to get hung up. And normally we take them down, chop them up, just randomly give them out to the printers. But what we did with the last group is, after these had been hung up and dried, we cut them vertically. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I kept separate that group and this group because I was getting suspicious that when I'm putting this glue on here, I'm not quite doing it. I'm trying to get it. I'm focusing on this part should have the same level of glue as this part. But it's difficult because the brush is full and the brush is empty. So I've been focusing left to right, trying to get it even. And we found out last time that it was this group had strong size and this group near me had weaker size, especially this group in the middle. We finally pinned it down. So today here, I'm gonna try, this is the zone that might even touch up a little bit more here. I've been weak in this zone and nobody noticed it. You guys have watched me do this for years and nobody helped.
And things like that little drop there, that's fine?
It's best that it isn't there, but it is there and nobody would ever notice it. And it's interesting that if that turned out to be in an area of the print, we'll never notice that in the print.
Okay.
Never. John's got a very good idea here, and this was part of our consideration too. This was the first thing we did check, John. We were checking, is it the bottom group that were strong and the top group that were weak? And lo and behold, we couldn't detect any difference. That was the first thing we tried other than the left and right side. This has been going on for months, actually.
It only happens with the paper you size, not the paper the printer's size?
Well, actually, recently they haven't been doing any sizing at all. I've been doing everything to try and save time. Mitamura-san sizes his own paper. I size anyway. For the outside people, it's only really Ishikawa-san and Ayumi-san. In fact, this paper is for Ishikawa-san and Ayumi-san. So it makes no sense for Ishikawa-san come here and do her bit, Ayumi-san come here and do her bit. It's best for Dave to do the whole thing in one piece neatly. So because of the packed, tight schedule the last few months, the two ladies here haven't done much sizing. They are blaming the chat, yep. So I think it's impossible. Well, you say it's impossible to notice it from this angle, but maybe not. What could be, I'll fake this for here. Just a minute. This is a dry brush. As I'm going through, it's this angle maybe, and I've been angling it. I'm exaggerating it. I've been angling it this way perhaps, and size has been coming here and less here. So you could perhaps maybe see it. I used to sometimes put an extra camera up so we face down the line here. So no, I'm not, of course, blaming the chap, but maybe it's here when I'm brushing here. Maybe I'm knocking off too much on the back side of the brush. I still really don't get how this is happening, but it is happening. So today we're going to do a little bit of extra here. What if I rotated the sheets 180 when I flip them? No. What we're doing, remember, it's head and tail. And even though I'm trying to even it out, head is getting more moisture than tail. And when we flip them this way so that we start, the head becomes what was the tail before. But the downside of that is this doesn't change. The top, the far and the close don't change. Which is worse, nay. If when I flipped them, I also rotated them, that would mean head would stay head and tail would stay tail. I can't have it both ways. You're looking puzzled.
No, because you would be, the front and back of the paper would be different.
What we're going to do after I've done this, we're going to flip it this way, and head became tail, and we're going to do the back, but the far and close still stay the same.
So you would have to.
So if we flipped it this way instead, front and back will be different, but head will stay head and tail will stay tail. And I'm much more afraid of that than I am of this particular problem. And geometry doesn't allow me to do both.
And this paper is going to be for number 10 for this year's trip?
This is, what is this for? No, this is the last half of number 9. This is the paper for the Neo Matsushima, the print we just opened.
Oh, okay.
And the reason
using this paper?
It's going to actually, no. What's going to happen, I'm still stuck on number 8. I'm still doing number 8. And there's news here. I'm going to be on an airplane on Tuesday. So this paper is for Ishikawa-san and Ayumi-san. Ayumi-san is stepping in to take my place on this. And I better tell you what's going on. There's a stream today, and this might be the last stream for a little while. My brother called me in Canada from the nursing home, and we're getting to the end of the line. My mom is now fading very, very quickly. For the past week or so, she hasn't eaten at all. She's now in bed, bedridden. Her face is turned to the wall. She's not taking any nutrition, and it sounds like we've come to the end of the line. So my brother said, no panic, Dave, this is going to take a few days, whatever, but it's time that you get over here. So I had to decide what to do, because we're set up for Monday in Echizen. The lady making that screen is expecting us, and we've got the train tickets and hotel and you know, all that stuff ready for next Monday, for Echizen. And it's the last chance to see it. She's almost finished that job. And I really, really want to catch that video. The first time in 40 years anybody has ever made one of these screens. So what to do? He phoned me on Friday, Thursday night. So I got on the airline thing, and actually I couldn't even get a flight for the weekend. It's, it's autumn season and it's a long weekend here in Japan. The earliest flight I could get was Monday. So I thought, Monday, one day, let's punt this. So I'll go to Echizen on Monday, and then Tuesday I am flying over to Vancouver. And people are saying, you know, nice words, thank you. It's, my mother's dying, whatever, she's 98 and a half. She wants to go. She has really not been happy. The end of her life has not been anything enjoyable for her. So this is not a tragedy. It is a gentle little old lady at the end of her life who is just basically going to be going to sleep. There's no pain here. She's well cared for. And for the past year, she's just been, I don't want to be here. I want to go. And she's looked at us, please help me. And we can't, we can't do that. So thank you for your words of comfort here. There's no tragedy involved. It's a natural passing of a lady who's had a fabulous, fabulous life. Absolutely fabulous. We'll talk about it maybe when I get back from Canada after it's over. We can maybe find some pictures and show you some stuff. Because boy, she killed it. She killed it.
Did she ever visit you in Japan?
Yeah, she came many times. Mm. When I was doing the poet series, they were over here almost every year. They were
both your parents?
Pardon?
Both your parents?
Yeah, they were fine. They loved it. And they're one of the highlights of her life. She came over, it would be 1999 or something. I had been invited to the palace at the end of my exhibition, the 10th exhibition, and she was here. And my God, for a working class woman from Britain who had been born in a row house with no freaking toilet and no hot water, you know, the dirty clothes and whatever. We can talk about other details later. For her to stand here in Tokyo, and she came to the hotel with me. I rented the penguin suit, and then I got in the big black car to go into the palace, and she and Dad stood there, and whatever, you know, I mean, whatever. So she's whatever, you know. So please, there's no tragedy here. We're just, you know, the quiet ending of somebody's life. So anyway, I'm out of here Tuesday. And I don't know how long. We're not going to dwell on this too much. And one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take with me, of course, I'm going to take my gear and stuff to do business, but I'm also going to take this camera, the one we're using here today, with me. And I'm going to take a video card. Because in my mom's apartment, where I'll be staying, there's a bookshelf. Ooh.
Did you meet the Emperor, Dave?
Not personally face to face, no. I think most people know about this event. I was invited that year, I think it was the spring of 1998, or maybe the spring of 1999. I was invited to what's called the Utagai Hajime, the first poetry, I can speak the Japanese, but not the English. The first poetry reading of the new year. It happens every year in January or February. There's an imperial event that's been going on for thousands of years. 10 people are chosen to be the honorary poets, and there's a gathering. The imperial family is there, the 10 guests are here, and 80 people from society are chosen to be guests, watchers of this ceremony. And the Prime Minister and all the cabinet, they come, and the business owners, the top people of Keidan and stuff like this. And then they go through academia and general life, and they pick 80 people to come and watch this ceremony. And that year, because I just finished the poet series, which was all about tanka and imperial poetry and stuff like this, I was chosen as one of the guests. So no, the Emperor's there, the family's there, but did I, hey, hi buddy, how you doing? Well, there was nothing like that. We sat very quietly and I've blogged about this. There's lots of blog posts. But from my mother's point of view, to see Dave, her son, standing there, my jeans and messy hair, and to see me standing there in the penguin suit, and jump in the big black car to get chauffeured to the Imperial Palace, that was, to me, come on, come on. I mean, it's not her accomplishment, but for a mother, it doesn't make any difference, you know. Whatever, yeah. So. So as I said, you know, depending on how this goes next week, this may not happen for months. I don't know. Simon said, my brother said, it's looking like the end is near, but it may not be. So we don't know. So the bookshelf there, it's a bunch of books that it's the last selection that she couldn't bear to throw away. Like our family moved and moved and moved again and moved again, and she was really good at culling and throwing things away. You had to move every 2 years. So nothing is left from my childhood. It all just got tossed and tossed and tossed. But she and Dad, there's one small bookcase with a few books and stuff that meant so much to them that they could never throw it away. So if my mom does pass away next week and we're in Canada, I'll take a look at that bookshelf and we could have some interesting stories, I think, maybe.
To be your parents' books.
Yeah, not mine, nothing to do with me. I didn't know. You know, so. But there will be stories there. So.
Yeah, the Book Corner Remote Edition.
Pardon me?
Book Corner Remote Edition.
If there's Wi-Fi, I hope there's Wi-Fi. I think there's Wi-Fi there in her apartment. I don't know. It must be.
Pocket Wi-Fi.
Well, the pocket Wi-Fi only makes sense when it's master. I mean, the apartment has Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I guess has a router. So we'll see. So someone's asking a thing about the sizing. Am I not dipping the brush evenly? I'm really trying on this one. The brush now might have the wrong, so in it goes, and I fluff it. It's maybe tight. what I first do is I fluff, 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 fluff. So the thing fluffs out and picks up. So I think that brush is now soaked. It's way, way too much. I then knock it off. I wipe it off once, wipe it off twice, knock off the tail because it always drips, and away we go. So yeah, I'm open to the idea that I could be somehow light on this side, but I don't think so. I think the chat's trying to make up. I blamed it on him earlier, so now they're trying to make up for it and do my...
Well, today you can blame me.
You're quiet. You're behaving yourself. Can't blame you for anything. So, are you watching? Because I'm missing, whatever. So
I'm trying to.
Okay. Who's today's guest?
Esteemed private citizen. I mean, I'm going to make a t-shirt out of that.
I don't know, what are your other plans? I mean, you're not here in Japan to see this and to see me. Where are you going? What are you doing? When you're here? Are you by yourself or with family, girlfriend?
No, pretty much the plan like last year. Just decide on a almost day-to-day basis what I'm going to do.
So you have no master plan over to Mount Fuji or down to Hiroshima or whatever?
No.
You're mostly in Tokyo, or are you going to be out and around?
Tokyo, yeah.
Really?
Mostly Tokyo.
How many times have you been to Japan before?
Last time was the first time.
Oh, really? So this is second trip. So,
Yeah.
So what did you like Tokyo, Kyoto?
No, man. I stayed in Tokyo.
So you haven't been down south yet at all?
No.
Have you no interest in?
I do.
I mean, this is unusual. I'm sorry. This is unusual.
We had this conversation.
Okay,
But it was, what was it, maybe a month ago? Yeah, you said on the stream that, Tokyo has so much to see. I don't remember what was the reason why you said it, but Tokyo has so much to see. And I'm like, dude, we had this conversation, whereas what I'm doing is so strange. But then you were on stream almost a year later saying, Tokyo has so much to see. Like, people want to go everywhere. Like, no, take your time.
Okay. That is true, and I'm not going to be embarrassing that I said it twice. It's a thing. We hear this every day in the shop. But the pattern, the normal pattern, this common pattern is on the first trip to Japan, people do, we call it the grand tour. It's Tokyo, Kyoto, maybe Hiroshima or Himeji Castle, and maybe someplace like Takayama or Kanazawa, one place off the thing. And then the second time they come, either more outlying areas or then focus Tokyo, Kyoto, whatever. So I'm.
And last year everything was new, right? So it is what it is. Like an influx of stimuli.
Every day was interesting anyway, no matter what you were doing. I get it.
Like just seeing Asakusa and going around Asakusa, like I'm seeing things I definitely missed last year. I'm like, this is interesting. I never saw this. Or I didn't see it like this because last year was everything is new.
The deeper experience. I get it, of course.
Yeah. So eventually, I will absolutely venture out. Kyoto, Osaka, Hiroshima. I'll venture out. I want to see Hokkaido. Yeah, but I'm young, quote unquote. So yeah.
All right. And again, I'm not quibbling with that at all. Tokyo. They used to say this about London. What was this? When a man is tired of London, he's tired of life. That was, I think, Samuel Johnson or something back in 1742 or whatever. When a man is tired of London, he's tired of life. That's all he knew. And really, Tokyo, you could say the same thing about this. If you're tired of Tokyo, man, there's not much left of life that you haven't seen. Whatever. So I'm with you on this. But it's also like to be curious about seeing other places.
But, dude, I get off a train and I don't know which way is which, and I was like, get lost.
And every minute is fun.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Yep. And I don't allow myself that much that.
No. In a way, I'm admiring what you're doing here. The sort of not the squirrel thing. I got to go and see that other stuff. I've got to go and see that. The ability to do this quietly. So I'm in admiration of this. I'm not against the idea at all, but it's very unusual. That's all. It is very unusual.
I learned to live with that a long time ago.
London's got a little bit bigger since Samuel Johnson's day. You get it.
So. John, first trip did Tokyo for 2 weeks. Second trip did the Golden Route. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Easiest for he needs training wheels to get out of Tokyo. The safest place to go is go to Kamakura. Well, there is that too. And actually, now that you think about it, when we moved here in 1986, actually it's not fair because I had been here on business trips a bunch of times, 5 or 6 times. But when we moved here, me and the kid's mother, we stayed the first night in her sister's place and we didn't go anywhere. We just froze. And Dave, she just wanted to hang out with her sister and chat because they hadn't seen each other for a long time. And Dave, I just got on the train. It was a Tokyo suburb, so I'm just on the train to Tokyo day after day after day after day. So I get this, I wasn't like, I gotta go to Kyoto. It was a long, long, long time before I ever got to Kyoto. It might be like, we're talking 10 years or something. It's possible. I don't actually like Kyoto, so whatever. It's a different story.
Like Mark La Violette. Could the esteemed private citizen Stuart HD make shorter playlists of the previous Twitches? Scrolling through 700 videos is rather slow.
Okay, this is where you pass on to Stuart and talk about what Stuart is doing.
I mean, Stuart has this very, very cool visualization tool of everything that you did, and now Taran-san as well. And he goes back to before even the Twitch stuff. And I don't know how much Stuart makes it public.
Public, yeah, it's still under development. Yeah. But the idea, the goal is,
like the goal is hopefully, I think, to have it open and have it. You just click the day you want to see. Hopefully, everything has transcription, so you can probably
I think
search the word you want to look for.
The key point is it's searchable. This friend is called Stuart, who's working on his own sort of. He loves data manipulation and stuff like this. I've never met the person, just emails back and forth. So he's using the videos that Manuel has uploaded as a source material, also to website scrapings. And the point being that searchable. And the example he gave me in an email a while back, I forget, it was a winter sizing recipe or something. And his search thing that he's built based on these Twitch videos that Manuel has uploaded, and it pulled up links to the video, to the track, to the second, where Dave had talked about sizing and winter and, glue recipe, whatever. And right there, with a one quick search, we had data pulled from some random 8 years of streams, and this was, I just like, what? Yeah. So this is coming together in the background. I don't know how public it is, or I've never spoken to Stuart directly at all.
Only by email. And my bit is just, I upload stuff onto YouTube, make sure everything is safe there. Stuart is doing most of that work, as far as I know. And not only the streams, the transcription of the streams itself, the chats transcripts as well. So everything you guys say.
Wait. I mean, it's just not about me. Everybody's words transcribed.
He has a copy of the transcription, as far as I know, as well. Yeah. So all the jokes John does, and I don't know about all the chats.
Because that's the thing. I know when you go to the Twitch VODs, you can see the video and you see the chat in real time if you want to see it. But when you go to YouTube and look at one of your things, it's just what I said, and you don't see the chat.
However, because this is something Stuart and I talked about, and I don't like it as much. The experience is having the chat transcript as subtitles in the video, and I could do that. But
so not what I said, because that's audio.
Yeah, and then I could upload the chat transcript.
Yeah.
But if somebody, or if there's a group of people in 10 seconds, they do.
It doesn't work as subtitles. Yeah.
So I feel it detracts, because what I'm trying to do is safeguard the information. But if there's a way to, like, if a video is playing and suddenly there's like a box
window,
and it's just time synced.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that?
Works.
One of the Japanese video upload places. They might be dead now. They did something like this, but the chat turned out it was a scrolling chat, transparent. It wasn't subtitles at the bottom. It scrolled just like this chat does, but over the one side of the video. You can still see the video behind it, but the chat. I don't know if it still exists. Whatever. Can you do a chat overlay?
Me? No. Not that I'm aware of. Because it wouldn't be a chat overlay.
If I really wanted to, I could display the chat on the stream screen itself to preserve it. I'm not sure.
Yes. You could have like a box.
Oh, just overlay or embedded inside the box that is video.
So underneath this one,
like our video here, you and me, that could be a chat window scrolling.
Exactly. So instead of outside camera, you would have, for example, the chat.
And that preserves it.
Yeah, it would be in the video.
It would be difficult to read, but you could always freeze frame it to try and catch what it said or something. Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. Like I said, I have mixed feelings about this. The access to information part is fabulous. This thing he mentioned, sizing, winters, oh my God, going back through 8 years, because nobody can search this stuff without that. So the information aspect of this, really, 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 really. The idea that every single word I say is being preserved, that's still something I wrestle with. I'm not against it, but you too, if it was you, you'd be, every word you ever say, could it be preserved and protected, Am I going to get canceled? Have I said something that at some point you know how they do this. They go back to somebody's tweets or something, and 8 years ago, we found what you said 8 years ago, and now you're going to get canceled.
But to Mark Violette's point, it'd be cool, but in the meantime, maybe a year per playlist for YouTube. I think anybody can make playlists out of the video. So if you want, if that's better for you, by all means.
A per year playlist.
Yeah, so it's like everything from 2017, everything from 2018, instead of going, because I have one massive playlist.
Soka. But the titles don't tell the dates? Aren't the dates in the titles?
Oh, yes, but if you want to scroll to 2017, you have to scroll 700 videos.
Yeah. Okay. Cancelled in 2073, yeah, so. Oh, don't go back to my comments from 8 years ago. No, don't look, don't. I don't think I've said anything in 8 years that would get me cancelled, whatever. What's John, don't make trouble. Tom 1060, take a big fat egg. That's a good one. Do you get it? Or you don't know? A lot of people, Tom 1060 has gone into my history and come up with a massive crime that I committed one day when I was in high school. I can tell a story, whatever. Tom remembers it, a lot of other people won't know about it. We were talking about written English versus spoken English. And Dave, in my childhood here, I was a big reader, but I wasn't a social person. So I read everything I could get my hands on, but I wasn't social. So it turns out that there's a bunch of words in English that there's different ways to pronounce them. And if you've never heard them in real life, you may have read it on the page and had some kind of pronunciation. But if you never heard it in conversation or on a news report or whatever. So I had related in chat one day, I'm going to get canceled for this, that one day in a car with some friends, a church had gone by and I'd said, oh, there's the Episcopal Church. And maybe your English is not your native language. I'm sorry, I'm not to put you on the spot. But Episcopal is how you look at the letters, but that's not how it's actually pronounced. It's Episcopal. But I didn't know this, and now it's... Excuse me 1 second. Moshi moshi, Mokuhankan. Oh, I am. I know it's the weekend, so this is the office phone. So I get it in my pocket here, ready for your call. I see. Okay. Got peace, so in bed sleeping, just didn't wake up. Or exactly that. Really. Oh, there we go, sir. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you very much for, being the point man for these past few years. It's been insane what you've done there. Absolutely insane what you've done. Well, a lot of crossword. UBC. Oh, really? That's still happening? I would have thought that maybe at her age, that might be something that wouldn't be on the cards for them, too much damage or whatever, Okay. Really? Is there documents that need to be prepared, or do you have from Mom's drawer or something, or? Okay. No, but I mean Mom's permission when she and Dad signed to allow this. Do we need that? Okay. All right. Okay. putting the volume back here. Manuel did the right thing. The call came. That was a phone call from Canada. It's my brother. And my mother passed away about an hour ago. Just as we were just getting ready for this stream. So there we have it. You know. I will take the camera to Canada because I'm going anyway because the family has to get together and bundle up on this. So I will take this camera, and I'm hypothesizing now. There won't be a stream on Monday, but there will be a stream, perhaps if I can arrange it, on Thursday from Grandma's living room where there's a bookshelf. And we can maybe, partly in remembrance of her, show some pictures and stuff like that. We can do not an Ome stream, but a Vancouver stream. So thanks again. Thanks for your condolences. There's no tragedy involved here. It's the end of a very peaceful, quiet end of life. She died during her afternoon nap, just the way all of us would kind of like to go. So thank you for your comments. Bit of an unusual stream here today. Can I just get back to work, I guess? There's nothing else to do. So thank you very much. Now what do we say? How do you follow this?
How do you segue?
Sorry. You know. The brush has gone hard.
I was going to ask, do you do that? Like, do you flip it around?
I do now and then. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I used to have a good side and a bad side, but then I realized by doing it the same way, I'm training those hairs into a shape, and I was distorting the brush. So now it's random. When I pull it out and start, it's random. I don't even have them marked, but during the running of it, I'll flip and flip and flip. So.
And that's your last brush?
Yes, and this is a problem. So, this is a problem. It's our last one. We've tried to order more. In fact, I'll go show you a sample. Hang in there. Trying to order a replacement sizing brush from people that presumably knew what they were doing. And this, here, hold your hands up so they can see what's going on.
Like this is...
It's a monstrosity. It's just, I don't know, maybe somebody could use it for something like wallpaper or whatever. There's no handle, it's thick, it's heavy, it's got massively way too much hair. And this is a brush from a company making, oh, we used to make sizing brushes. Yeah, we can do exactly what you want. No problem, no problem. Just leave it to us. How long do you want it? Okay, got it. We got you. Okay. And it's an absolute, what could we do with this? I don't know. So there's nobody left to make what we want. Nobody.
This wouldn't be long enough, would it be even? Not even.
The length per se is about right, but there's just too freaking much of it.
And they didn't do a handle? How are you supposed to?
You asked, tell me. They knew. Sizing brush, okay, we know. So someone says, put a handle on it, we got a broom, you know, so. But we have hair. You know, we have boxes and boxes and boxes of goat hair, the kind of hair that the brush makers use. So we have raw material. We have it. I've been buying it. Believe it or not, I won't tell you where it comes from because people will, whatever. We've been buying it. I'll show you before, if you remind me downstairs. It's in my room. Some of it's in my room and some of it's in Ome. We sent most of it to Ome. So I've got boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of the raw material that goes into this. Now the wood part, whatever, we could do something with that, or we can use carbon fiber, you name it, whatever. That the handle part is engineering. We've got the hair.
So technically you can do them from a technical
He says can, as in I am able to. We've got the parts.
No, it's like technically you can do the paper yourself because you have the closer here. But you have all the materials from all the things that feed your work.
Ignoring the how-to part.
No,
like, I know it's easy to say a brush is a brush. What could go wrong? You know, whatever. We could make some kind of brush. We can make one that would be better than that monstrosity that probably would not be as good as this, but that would be Mark 1, and we would then go through and make Mark 2 and Mark 3. So yeah, the question is when and where and how. So I'm saying, how hard could it be?
Give it to them.
Then give it to Cole, baby. Is that from that?
Oh, there you go. Get Jack, I don't know how to say his name, Moranitz, to make the frame for the brush. There you go, in 3D printing.
Well, yes and no. I know, I got to be careful what I say because I'm very, very enamored with what Jack is trying to do. use modern technology to make tools useful for us. That's great. The specific thing that Jack made last week, I would be much happier. This is not an insult, Jack's here, whatever. I would be much happier if Jack himself really knew what the feel and touch of a home button was like, if he had internalized that, then to make a modern version with tools. But Jack is a young printmaker, and he hasn't internalized this yet. So he's sort of standing outside looking at this. Oh, I see what's going on. I can make that. And it's okay. It's all right. But because he hasn't internalized the tool itself, the one that he's made is a kind of a simulacrum of it. It's not the real thing.
Also, is it how come the paper on the edge isn't
yes. How can I explain this without getting tangled up? All the sheets of paper you're seeing here are trimmed from a larger one. If I stand back, the original sheets were 600 millimeters high and 90 millimeters wide. I can't possibly size those in one piece, so we've cut them into strips. And it came out, each sheet cut into 4 strips. We're here. I'm going to try. If you look at one strip there, then a second strip, then a third thin strip, then a 4th strip. So the big piece cut into 4 pieces, 3 of which were almost the same size, and 1 of which was a bit narrower.
This is not.
Yeah, can you see why? Look, that's got the Mimi, that's got the selvage, and this is the one that was in the middle that didn't have the selvage. So what I needed was 228 plus the edge of the paper. So these are all the same size, 228, and some of them, 2/3 of them, have the edge of the paper. And this piece in the middle is the half of 228, 114. It's the one in the middle. And I'm not going to try and lay this on top. I could lay it on top and try and get it just here without touching there. Ain't going to happen. 600 millimeters by 900 millimeters, not centimeters. No, it's right. 600 mm, the little ones to show. Don't confuse me, I'm right. Is that some American trying to teach me how to do metric system? This is the height of the paper. Boom. And that's 600, and those are millimeters. And it was 900 wide. What if I misunderstood? You're a European, right?
Yep. Sounds about right.
Did I do this piece? No.
Oh, 90 millimeters. You said 90 millimeters apparently. Yeah, 900.
Well, I started by saying 600 meters and then corrected myself. 600 millimeters, 900 millimeters to show. I don't know. Do I? But in fairness, how many times in a stream does the chat look at me and say, what the? It works both ways, I think. So. All right, another one. How big is a cardboard box? Memes. That's something else too. This particular environment, Dave's stream and the chat together as a thing, it's got its own memes, of course, that nobody else would understand, you know. And it's funny, in a previous era, before the internet era, we didn't really have this word meme, but the same thing must have been there. Any group of people has their own sort of, I guess, in-jokes, would they say, or inside stories. And now we've got this keyword meme that stands up for it, yeah.
Have a go at landing the airplane? What? I don't recognize that one.
Oh, I think she means, do you want to do some sizing?
Oh, no.
Landing the airplane. No, sorry. No, this is not practice. If I had practice paper and if he was willing to make a fool of himself, fine. But I don't have practice paper.
This one? No.
I don't have practice paper. Putting a piece on like newspaper here doesn't work because it doesn't do the same sort of thing. So no, sorry, not to be nasty, but just.
Oh no, dude! I wouldn't even. No. Begin this one. No.
And as far as letting people make fools of themselves on stream, we try and restrict that to me. You know, over at Murata-san's place, she says, it's your turn. And I'm like, no, no. And she said, it's your turn, get in there.
Oh,
I did not want to do that day because I knew exactly what would happen.
If you go do it big, right? Do it on stream, but
yeah. So, but for myself, but I'm not going to subject anybody else
not on
to
real
this.
paper. Absolutely not. No.
Yeah.
Are you having trouble with the sizing being too heavy on the front edge?
I think that's a sarcastic question, is it?
I don't know.
That's ask me next week.
I do not speak sarcasm. So
but obviously what I'm doing, look, I'm doubling up a bit here. So next week we're gonna still split the paper. Maybe Vivid KP wasn't here earlier when we were talking about this. Vivid, are you coming in cold on this, or were you part of the earlier discussion that I had learned? Serious question. Am I having trouble? Well, I was having trouble with the sizing being too light on the front edge. We discovered this with the last group. So that's why I'm touching up a little bit here. Okay, we've done the front. We're getting this out of the way. We have to flip. Okay, there's other topics I'm supposed to talk about. One I'm really supposed to talk about. Okay, tell you what, let me cover this up. We talked about that thing just now about letting you try this and make a fool of yourself or something like that. I got an email the other day. Not the other day, it would be last night, yesterday afternoon. I got an email from an overseas customer. He just received his package, the print of the home, you know, the girl sitting in the room with drinking the mugicha and with the space thing behind her. He's been a subscriber to this series, and he got his print and he had some questions. Now, I got to mention right up front, he wasn't complaining to me. He's just like, Dave, I think we have a problem. And there was indeed a problem. But I got to show you this story because it's just too cool. He sent me some pictures. And one of the pictures he sent was, and it says there, you can see the printer's name is Buru. This is a print that I myself made. You on chat watched this about a month ago or so. And he's circled, the red circle is not me, the red circle is him. He circled a bit of the marks at the edge of the paper. Now, if you remember, those of you who were watching me do this, there was a couple of things involved. The block set for this one was kind of on the shallow side, 1. 2, we were using really thick Murata-san paper, which helps push it down into a shallow block. 3, there was 4 reasons, I've forgotten the third one. 3, oh yeah, this Murata-san paper we've talked about this, it is squeezing and distorting. Remember I showed you on the last stream the horizontal lines at the edge of the paper. And that's 3rd. And 4 is I was careless, whatever. I could have used my spoon and cleaned it up a little bit better. So he sent a few pictures with some of these marks. Now, if we hadn't circled them in red, it might be hard to tell where they were. And he's asking, Dave, you've got a picture of this print online. I don't see these marks. Are we okay with this? Are you okay with this? And the 2 I've showed you so far, I think that's okay. I did send this out to a customer, and I think I would. I've tried to keep it clean, but I think we're sort of okay with that. This is the 3rd one, and then this is the 3rd one. There are little bits and touches of pigment at the edge of the print. Now, in one way, I've dug my own grave on this by talking about spoons and talking about clean, because in the entire history of Japanese prints, nobody gave a insert word here. Nobody could care less about this. And Takamizawa, one of the top printmaking teams ever, just to grab, let me put that out of the way for a second. No. These are Takamizawa prints, and we are talking about there's mess in every corner. And do I need to zoom in or can we see these? It's all right. Every single print has crap on the corner because in the old days, nobody cared. So in a sense, I've made my situation worse by talking about this and by doing this. So if it were just those 3 pictures, I would have written back to him and said, I'm sorry, we're trying to keep this as clean as possible, but this is what I could do. I sent this print to you, and thank you very much. But there was a 4th picture he sent, which changed everything. Look at this. Mm-hmm. And my name is on this one. It says clearly on the side, it says Buru. And this is not an acceptable stain. Somehow this got past me when I was printing, It got past me when I was checking the prints. I know why, because I was looking at the outside, all the places, the stains. I went around each print looking around the outside, and I clearly didn't look at the inside. And then our packing people didn't catch it. And the final lady opening and checking before it went in the envelope didn't catch it either. This is 100% screw up, and the bad guy is right here talking to you right now. That print should never have left this building.
And that's pigment?
It's brown pigment. It's probably coming from the, which, I don't have the print in front of me. If we go back, brown pigment. It could be the brown maybe from the Mugicha or something. I don't know, without having the blocks in front of me. Maybe it's the brown from the bookshelf there, below that. I really don't know. It could have been I had something on my fingers and I touched, you know, I don't know. It's a screw up. It should never have been sent out. So of course, so this email came, and I haven't written to him yet. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to write 2 emails. It's just too good a chance. It turns out this person lives in Vancouver. Can we do this? So when the chat's finished, I'm going to write him a letter. Thank you very much for getting in touch with me, and I'll tell him about some of the things I've just told you. And then I've said, okay, this is really unacceptable, and I really, really feel bad about it. And I will say something like, it's the weekend now. Our OMA shipping staff is off for the weekend. They can't do anything at the moment. Monday morning, I've left a note for them. Monday morning, they will send me a replacement copy here in Asakusa. I will put it in my bag. I'm going to run to the airport, and I have a Zip Air flight. I will be arriving in Vancouver Monday morning at 8:45. Your address is Homer Street. If you're standing by, I will deliver the replacement copy. And I'll just, whatever, just even for my mother, I've got to do this. She would just laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. She's not here to know this story. But the timing on these things, I'm sorry, to make a joke about like my mother has passed away, but I'm sorry, it's just too rich. She would just laugh all the way through this. So I'm going to write in this email that says, stand by on Tuesday. I'll be coming from the airport and I can deliver your replacement print. And then send the email. But then I thought, okay, if I do this, what's his reaction going to be? Like, he's going to be stunned by this, and it won't make any sense. Yeah. If he's been on this chat today, he knows what's going on. But if he's not a person that's watching the Twitch stream, what would he do? He said, no, Dave, I didn't mean to go. What's he going to do? So I think I'll send 2 emails. I'll send the first one like that, and then 10 minutes later or something, to get him off the hook, I will send another email explaining I was actually planning to be in Vancouver, and I'll tell him why. And you drop by my house, or I'll drop by your house, or join us for dinner or something, and I can give you your replacement print. But it's just too much of a chance to pass up to write such an email and to take such a print. It's all lined up just so perfectly.
And this was the last thing that went through Vancouver before shipping to the North America.
Well, Canada's still okay.
Oh, Canada's still okay.
America's shut.
Ah, okay, I thought it was North America.
No, there's no problem. We could go to the post office and send his print. Canada is okay. Post office is going back and forth. Portugal's okay. No problem. It's all okay. But America, boom, we're shut down. So, what a bizarre stream today. Hontoni, what a bizarre stream today. Whatever. I'm all, mixed feelings. My mother passed away an hour ago. I'm supposed to be broken up. We're not like that. Whatever. Your Victoria will wave as you fly over. Yes. Where are we? Oh, I haven't even done the back side of this stuff.
Put it on me.
Okay. No.
Save the chat, put it on me today. Yeah. That is incredibly light when you...
Pardon me?
When I hold that before.
Yeah, they are.
This is incredibly light.
They are. Washi is, it's a sheet of paper.
No, right, but like there's what, 200?
There's 200 pieces of paper there, yeah. Plus pigment. Okay, here we go. Oh, I need a top piece. I'm the eldest child. Yes, I'm next. In fact, we were talking about this with my brother the other day. Our family, as it happens, my mother, my father, they're both gone now. Grandparents before them. As it happens, for the 2 generations preceding me, everybody has passed away in chronological order. This happens with some people. It doesn't happen with some people. Whatever. Everybody has passed away in chronological order. I'm next. Whatever. I'm next. I am now the oldest member of the extended Bull family. I have no nieces and nephews. Both of my parents were only children. Actually, my father had 2 brothers, but they died in infancy. My mother whatever. We'll talk about this next week. Maybe she had a bit of a different upbringing, but we'll chat about this maybe from next week. So I have no aunts or uncles or nieces or nephews, anything. It was a very narrow family. Now I'm working on it. I had 2 daughters and they have 2 kids, so it's now extending out again. I have 1 sibling, 1 brother, 1 sister.
Have you ever tried doing genealogy for your family?
No, I haven't been interested in that. I really haven't. I know people do that sort of thing. Not for anything to hide or whatever, just for some reason I've had no interest. It's the same reason, like there's no family grave. There will be no funeral for my mother this week. I guess I can mention this. My brother just now in a phone call a few minutes ago, she passed away during her afternoon nap. And he said he's got to get back to the room soon because the team from the medical university is due to arrive in about an hour. Both my parents signed the papers to do the thing where they donated their bodies. So, and when my father died in hospital, it was literally, I don't know, the phone call went out and the team with the bags and stuff arrived, and that was it. And even as we were speaking, the team from the medical college will be there to pick up my mother. So there's no church service, no service, there's no funeral, there's no grave, there's no memorial, there's no nothing. Our family has been like this. So which is going to follow, it's the same as up. Who's my grandmother, who's my grandfather, what famous or infamous people did we have? I really don't have much interest in this. It's very curious. Very curious. We will, toast my mother next week when I'm together with my brother and sister, and we'll there'll be some tears, because we'll be, telling stories and telling lies and having a good time. I'm not going to sit here crying now, but yeah, we will have our family, warm meeting next week, so. Somebody's descended from Anne Boleyn. Wait a minute. I think somebody's pulling our leg. Anne Boleyn. Wasn't that one of the, she had kids? I don't know. I don't know my English history well enough, so whatever. Same family, not from her directly. Somebody said, descend from Anne Boleyn. She had Elizabeth I. Okay, I'm sorry, my English history does not go anywhere near that detail, that level of detail. If I had stayed there, I guess it would have been. Do we have any sort of mourning ceremony? No, there won't be anything like this. This is funny. I don't know whether our family is abnormal or whether we're just pragmatic. When my dad passed away, it was late at night in the hospital. It took a week to die. I was with him. We've told that story before. But at the moment he passed away, me, my brother, and my mother were there. We saw him off quietly, peacefully. As I said, the university came and picked him up, and that was that. I sent some emails to friends. We let people know. Then there was nothing. We just didn't do anything. There's no grave. There's no memorial. It's just the way our family ticks, and we don't feel we're abnormal about this. I myself, you've seen my video, Meaning of Life, whatever. I don't believe in anything else. I'm an assembly of molecules with a pattern of energy flowing through it, and when the energy flow, runs out, it's just a bunch of molecules, and there's nothing left. So, take care, clean up in the easiest, simplest way you can do so. Whatever, if I seem like some cold-hearted fish, I'm sorry. This is just how we believe. My mother, whatever, same thing. So. What is it? It's 9:12. My God, what are we going to do here? I've covered up the paper, the backside. Good morning, good morning. Hello, hello.
To remind you that I'm here.
To remind me, come on, say hello, whatever.
Sorry.
No, please.
I don't know what you've been listening on the train, have you? So I'm not sure what news news you've heard. Okay, well, it's great. Right, thank you very much. so we still have each other. so, did you meet Manuel last time he was here?
Order.
That's what I said. I'm next. I'm next. Well, no, if we count you, but wait a minute. I'm talking about the Bull family. I'm next. If it's chronological, my wider scope of acquaintances,
like an appendix.
It's you. So whatever.
My turn. It's coming. Okay. So,
I know. Yeah, we'll talk about later that thing about the health thing. I can't make too many conversations.
Yeah.
Sadako learned more about that thing we were talking about the other day, the level of age where you're not healthy or healthy. So later, it's not a good thing to pick it up right now. Let's talk about this later. I'll get some more information from you. So, I'm only halfway through.
I know. He's
And also,
laughing.
but also too, there's two colors. Just to do this in the open, I'm halfway through this sizing. I've got two colors left on the print, and it has to go in before I fly to Canada. Monday we're doomed. Monday we're out in Etchison. So this weekend, although I normally come in the shop on the weekends, I am going to have to finish this print. So today we've got competent staff, right?
Yes,
It's you
yes.
and I know
And now
competent people. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will probably work upstairs most of the day.
Please do that.
But there will be lots of fans. Yesterday there were so many fans. But it's light printing, so I can be interrupted.
Okay.
So if somebody wants, just, come up. Or maybe I'll keep the phone and you can phone me or something from downstairs. So let's sort this out a bit later. But right now I've got to finish this sizing. So I forget, did you meet Manuel or not? Or
We met
whatever?
last year very briefly.
Okay. So
I'm so sorry.
this is the young man who's been uploading the videos to YouTube,
Oh, yeah,
the
I know,
Twitch
I know,
videos.
I know
So
you.
yeah, so he's working on.
Have longer beard.
Okay,
slightly
okay,
longer.
okay.
Okay, just bye.
Okay, see you soon then. All right, thank you. Okay, so what to do here? I can't hang this paper. I've got to do the back side. It's 9:14, and I can't just sit here streaming all day and doing this. So what might be a good idea is if I grab the box that was going to be today's show and tell, and just do this right here, Manuel, blah, 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 speaking English, Manuel. So,
Yeah.
There's this English word manual, which gets in the way of our
Oh, I
pronunciation
get it,
for
I
this.
get
I'm
it,
sorry,
yeah.
excuse me, sorry. So if I grab that box and put it here, oh my God, we've kept that. Look at that. We kept that all the time. There. If I put that here, and you can maybe zoom and stuff,
yeah.
let me get the box. Okay, it's right here. See, it's
No,
that one on
yeah,
top, and it's in and out. And looking at this doesn't help you because it's not
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
on
I
here.
got it
So
from there, yeah.
And if you want to move it around, that's the side to side,
Okay, that's
and
perfect.
that's the up and down.
Okay. Perfect.
So if we don't catch it, you could blame somebody else here, whatever.
Yes.
So. This is a fun show and tell. It's interesting. I saw this. This one comes from Yahoo Auctions. So any of you guys, if you had seen this, could have actually picked it up if you had felt it was of interest. Oh, sizing. I've got to put the brush in a bag. 1 sec. Otherwise, it will go rock hard. Just a sec. I've got to cover this up. And can you take that cover? Otherwise, they'll do it. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, good. I have a feeling most of the fans will have heard what's going on. I don't know. Okay. Look at this. He's given me arrows. Please lift here. Talk about this special service, but it's still a box inside a box.
Does that count as layering?
Pardon me?
Does that count as a layer?
I don't know. Is that a full layer? Not my problem. Stuff I care about, stuff I don't care about. But this one, it was in Yahoo Auctions as a large framed print with a huge, wide, long frame. I don't want the frame. I didn't want the frame. But usually when you ask them, can you please take it out of the frame? They say, no, you bought it. It's your problem. And we're nervous about that because we don't want to let some antique dealer dude take prints out of a frame because they could tear it and rip it and we don't know what's going on. But this guy, in his initial communication to me, said, do you want it without the frame? It comes out easily. So I said, yeah. We bought some newspaper. It looks like scrolls, doesn't it? It's not. It looks like scrolls. No connection with scrolls. I should maybe move this away. Sorry if I'm making it difficult for you. I'm sorry for moving around too much. I'll try and stay in one place here. So. Tell you what, we'll put this down. That is not a print, it's wallpaper. That's wallpaper. Oh, it's just wrapping. Good, good, good. Guy had me scared for a moment there. There we are. Okay. So does that count as another layer? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It says Kitagawa. Okay, sorry, go back. Scribbled on the back in pencil is Kitagawa Utamaro. And these are indeed designs by Utamaro. Oh, is that another layer? No, we can't count that as a layer because that's the stuff that we bought. Now here's where you're going to have difficulty, sir. It looks like one print. Just so you know what's coming up. It's 3 prints in a panorama. Good luck. Tell you what, I'll get my own mug here. We'll shrink this down.
Can you move that paper out of the way as well?
Pardon me?
The tube. The little tube. Yeah. Yeah, thanks.
So I can maybe, we're probably not going to be able to see them all in one. It's a panorama. I'm not sure which is which. Let's just try and have a look.
Yeah.
It looks like they go together because the fishing rods are there. And then at the other end of it, her boat is presumably going to go there. Is that the best place to put it for you? Over to our cameraman today. He's got to scroll sideways and down at an angle all in one.
Why make it easy?
Now I'm really curious about this. Utamaro left a whole bunch of triptych designs. There are some with, like, for example, 3 women in the Yoshiwara. He also left at least 2 separate triptychs in vertical format, where we had 1, 2, 3 prints vertical. If you go to ukiyo-e.org and search for Utamaro triptych, you will see ukiyo-e.org. If you go there searching for Utamaro triptychs, you will see endless copies of 3 in a row with people diving for abalone. But I have never seen this before anywhere in a book of Utamaro prints or reproductions or anything. Horizontal triptych. Is this, I mean, this is reproduction. This is not from Edo era. This is clearly a reproduction. It shows every sense of being made in the Taisho era, which would be pre-war. And if I was going to put a random date on it, it would be 1920, 1925, somewhere around there, based on the paper and the pigments and the feeling and the mood. It doesn't look like a Takamizawa. It certainly isn't Adachi. There's no way it's an original Utamaro. It's not the right kind of paper, and it doesn't have the mood from that era. So it's some random publisher, I guess, in the 1920s. But is there an original Utamaro that this was taken from? I haven't been able to find anything.
In the auction, did you have a picture of the frame and whatnot?
Pardon me?
Yeah.
In the auction, he just had, it was in the frame, and it was click. It was just the 3 prints were side by side.
And there was no chance in the back there have some identification?
Well, I don't really know. I mean, as we saw, when he sent it to me, this is not something he did. It's a dirty old piece of paper. They were folded in here. So at some point, somebody must have owned this, put it in a frame they had. So the frame is no relevance at all. And that's our only documentation, and it's just some dude writing in pencil, Kitagawa Utamaro, which this obviously clearly is. But I haven't been able, at cursory search, to find a master copy. Now somebody's saying, are they searching for pearls? I'm not really sure. I would believe usually it's abalone that we see. What is it she's bringing up? I don't think that looks like a clam that would have pearls inside. Oyster. I'm open to suggestion. I don't know this. I don't know what's going on here. This lady's steering the boat. Here are some of the objects in the basket. Are these ladies pearl divers, or are they searching for food? Abalone. Okay, look at this one then. She's actually prying. That looks like an oyster type shape, right? Does it? I don't know. Are they pearl divers or food divers? This one to me looks more like an oyster shell. The one we saw a moment ago looks more like a flat shape that might be an abalone. There's another basket here. Let me pull it over. You hold still. I'll try and find you. There's another one here. A basket with... That looks like an oyster, doesn't it? I don't know. I have no knowledge of what abalone looks like in real life down in the water. Someone says these look like abalone, not oysters. Oysters look like random rocks. Okay, fair enough. Because the other Utamaro prints of a similar subject are definitely abalone divers. Absolutely. I have no knowledge of an Utamaro print that is people searching for pearls. And was that a thing in the Edo time? I keep looking at you like you're going to know the answer.
I do not know the answer.
Japanese pearls and stuff, by the wartime, that was a deal. People used to come in the 1920s and 30s. What was the name? Mikimoto pearls. It was a thing. But back in Edo time, was pearl diving a thing? My guess would be no, but I know nothing about this. Searching would give you more information. Given the era and the number of things in this basket, and I don't think people were wearing pearl necklaces in Edo time. This is probably almost certainly food. Someone's saying, look at the skin color of some ladies. They seem to be using paper color. What, right? White, 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 white. There is no skin tone on the ladies. The kid, this is common. The child here, oh, we have Twitch terms of service. Oh my God, I didn't notice this. Are we okay? Willy, Willy, Willy. Warning, incoming Willy. The child has been given a skin tone. A very light. Shall I hold still? Or okay, here we go. It might be difficult for you to see. This woman, the paper is white. The child has been given a very light touch of an iron oxide pigment to make it look like skin. Someone's saying on the left side of the middle print. Again, that's a child. Same thing. This is not one of the women. You can tell from the clothing and the gaming, the two kids together. They're fishing in the background. These are children. Although this is interesting. In the class system, upper class ladies would never, ever, ever have exposed their skin. They're going to be covered up, even like today in Japan. They don't want suntans. A class would be white skin for women. But having said that, women who are outdoors all day doing abalone fishing, they must have been suntanned to like a rock red color. But even here in this print, he hasn't done that. The women who are watching and the women who are diving, there's no distinction. They're just all skin tone. But women like that must have been brick red all day long outdoors in the sunshine and the salt water. John's saying, go to Kyoto, lots of the women wear opaque sleeves. We see it here every day. Sleeves up, mask, thing here, big wide hat, and a parasol. There are women who would not ever, ever, ever let their skin see raw sunshine. Not me, not my mother either, so whatever. So. Yeah, these are children. Clearly, these are children. It looks like an old dude to show. Again, if you Google this through the old-fashioned prints, you'll see this. It was a thing for kids to have their head shaved and yet the backside. What's it called? A mullet or something? When they shave the top off but leave the back. It was an Edo era hairstyle for kids. Absolutely. Someone says it's new, no sun. I'm not a qualified historian, but I don't think it's new. I don't think it's new. Villagers, townspeople, son, whatever, but upper class people, emperors, blah, 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 courtiers, ladies in waiting, rich merchants' wives, they would not be outside in the sunshine. Sorry. I don't think that's new. Anyway, I'm going to try and find, if we can, a copy of an original so we can see. My theory was that there really isn't an Utamaro original. And this is some enterprising Taisho era publisher looking at the other Utamaro triptychs as an idea and making this all up himself. That's Dave's first theory, is that this is perhaps not taken from an Utamaro original, but it's just an assemblage put together by a Taisho era publisher. I absolutely could be wrong. I have no idea. There's no way to turn it up. If it does turn up in a museum somewhere, or if somebody could find it. There's no signature at all. It's 1000% Utamaro style. There is a little, I avoided looking at it because I can't read it clearly. Oh, it says Awabi Tori. What's this? Edo something. Something I can't read, and this part I can read. Awabi Tori no ga, picture. So the left-hand side, a picture of picking awabi, as we said, abalone. And I think this is Edo something, and I can't read this group. Is there somebody else who has better knowledge of reading than I do? So I'll stand by what I said. There's no Utamaro signature, and I think this is probably an assemblage of Utamaro type drawing put into this format. Because in Edo time, I can't imagine a horizontal triptych. And the work is done very, very nicely. Beautifully carved, beautifully printed. Can we pick a random head to focus in on? I don't know, Manuel-san? Beautifully carved, beautifully printed. The eyeballs are there. Clean nose. Not perfect. Her chin's a little bit too heavy, but it's a grade A work. It's not AAA, AAA, but it's good work. And it really, really desperately shows Taisho. This absolutely is Taisho era carving. The edge, the straight edge of her hairline there. This is 1910, 1915, 1920, somewhere around there. Absolutely. Might be a chip on her eye too, not quite sure. The key block might be chipped. Okay, I think we're done for time. It has been a really, really, really mixed up stream today. Thank you for your, I was not intending to dump heavy emotional stuff into the stream, but life, course of life is what it is. As I said now, I'm not sure what the schedule will be. Monday, there will absolutely be no stream. I will be in Echizen. I'm flying to Canada Tuesday. We're going to be busy with family affairs. I have it in my mind that Thursday morning, in place of an Ome stream, I have the idea that I'd like to do a stream from my mother's apartment. We'll sit by her bookshelf and maybe we can do a book corner. And then the return trip hasn't yet been established. So there may be no stream, for example, next Saturday. I will post something on the front page of the, the channel, the Twitch channel, and either myself or mods will try and keep up on the chat. When we will pick up our working streams again, maybe roughly a week and a half from now. I'm really not sure. I'll let you know. Thank you for your thoughts and what do you say, thoughts and prayers or whatever exactly for my family. It's kind of a bizarre experience for me. My mother passed away during a stream, but in another way, if she had wanted to program it, that's sort of exactly the kind of thing that she would have done. People here who knew about her and knew the jokes and a little bit of friendship she brought to these chats before she had her stroke 3 years ago. Let's get out of here now. Thank you very much. I'll see you in a few more days, and watch the front page of the Twitch channel to learn just when the next stream. Manuel, going to come and say hello? Thanks again too.
Goodbye.
Whatever to say. I'm just struggling with this English here. Excuse me. Hey, for what you're doing, to back up all these chats and these videos and stuff, thank you very much. It's a ton of work for you. I don't know what benefit you get from this. Just you trying to sort of help the community. I don't know.
No, it bothers me to lose information. So if this is something, takes very little effort from my side and it helps people. So what you say, like you would kill to have the information that you put out now, 40 years ago you would kill for that.
Yep.
40 years from now, like
I guess
if somebody picks it up 40 years from now because of something that took me very little effort to do now, shit, worth it.
I get that. I mean, from my side, this is partly why we do this, this doesn't bring any revenue for us and it doesn't make our business better, but it's just I like sharing what we're doing with people, and I can't help forget the same thing you mentioned, the 40-year-ago Dave, who would have killed for any of this stuff. And there are people out there now, like Jack and people who have come through this. So it's easy for me to say thank you, but it's a lot of work. You said it's no big deal. It's a freaking lot of work to do this,
Uploading was the first time I uploaded almost 9 months worth in one go. That was a little bit of work, but that was just like, you know what? I do it once, and now you do 3 streams a week.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Okay.
not really.
Well, I'm sure there are lots of people out there who are you
And
know,
if they
thinking of
enjoy it,
doing
by all means.
Yep. Okay. Well,
It's
sir,
different.
thank you
Absolutely.
for this. Thank you very much. You know. So. Okay, we are now out of here. Thank you very much. As I said, watch the splash screen on the channel, and as soon as I know what's happening, I will post something there. Over and out. There's no outside stream to do. Let's just count down. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. 3, 2, 1. Bye for now.